The Bank of England is about to reveal its latest interest rates decision. Our economics and data editor, Ed Conway, joins me from our Westminster studio. Ed, good to talk to you. The rate currently at 5.25%. Are we expecting to drop or stick?
Expecting a hold. I'm just kind of staring down at my monitor to see what it comes in. No one thinks the bank is likely to hold it. Oh, that's confirmed. So held at 5.25%. No one really expected there to be any change this time around. Partly it's down to the fact that there's a general election and people tend not to think the bank won't do anything during the general election. But partly, and more importantly, it's because while inflation is coming down, it's down at 2% at the Bank of England's target. It's not necessarily rising, falling as fast as the bank had expected. Just looking at the split in the vote on the 9-person Monetary Policy Committee, it's the same as last time. So 7 people voting to leave rates unchanged, 2 of them voting to leave them on hold. So basically, nothing has changed. Interest rates have not changed. The breakdown of the people, there's 9 people who kind of vote on this in each meeting. The breakdown of the people voting for this has not changed either. And so essentially everyone will now be looking, and I'll see when the minutes come out. So the minutes have just arrived and I'll have a look through them and we'll kind of work out whether there's any hints there. I don't know if I'd necessarily expect much of a change there either. But everyone now is in a kind of holding pattern until August. So the next meeting is in August, early on in August. And that is the moment where people think there could well be a cut. So down from the level it is at the moment, so 5.25%, and there could well be a cut in August. Right now, markets think maybe kind of 40, maybe 50% chance of a cut. So it's not guaranteed, but worth looking all around the world. You're seeing other central banks, whether it's the European Central Bank, the Swiss National Bank just this morning, started to cut interest rates. So we're definitely kind of at that moment where central banks are starting to kind of move in that direction. The Bank of England isn't quite there yet, but people think it's likely to come as soon as August. Could well be in November if they see some more inflation numbers, wage numbers that don't necessarily kind of suggest that inflation's coming down as quickly as they want. But as I say, interest rates on hold, 5.25%. No change in terms of the voting patterns there, so there's not really much on the surface of it to change people's minds that we're going to potentially be waiting to August and maybe even November. It kind of really depends on what happens with the data as it arrives in the next few months. So that's the decision as it stands. I'm afraid not much to report, but that's kind of what people expected, really.
Yeah, we did expect a hold. So, Ed, thanks very much for taking us through that.